Tonight we are joined by a man who really does live his life as an international pop star. Eat your heart out, Paul Clark. It's former EastEnders Heartman, Mike Kemp, everybody. Thank you. Nice to see you, son.
We'll also be going behind enemy lines with military survival expert Michael Hawke.
Leave no man alive.
Plus, the winner of our You versus the Housemate task is here to record his official attempt, which will be played into the house on Saturday.
Well, you're right to be excited. So last night saw Kiva punished by the Tree of Temptation for Shabby's loose lips. Nominations were also revealed. And Mario fell victim to Big Brother's Save and Replace task. Let's have a little look at last night's show.
It's time to say hello to the full wrath of the Tree of Temptation. It ain't you who's going to feel the wrath of the Tree of Temptation. It's your dinner date.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't want to listen to his voice anymore.
What are you doing with Kiva?
Housemates nominated for eviction this week are Shabby,
Standard.
Dave, Jovan, and Ben. The winner of this task will save themselves from eviction.
Sorry, Mario.
I've had to work so much harder than any of you to get my housemate status.
So the Big Brother house can be a dangerous place. Covert missions and double agents, not to mention Sunshine's Gaga impression. To teach us how the housemates can make it from base camp to the final frontier is US Army Special Forces veteran Michael Hawke, everybody. Michael Hawke down, leave no man alive. Hey, Michael, how are you? It's great to have you back on the show, sir. Lovely to see you. It's still a very firm handshake, guys. Michael, what's the best mentality to have when you're trapped behind enemy lines just over there?
Well, bottom line is being in a house is kind of like being in a POW camp run by an evil genius playing with his toys.
Right, okay.
So what they got to do is they got to focus on why they came.
Yeah.
So if their reason is weak, their future's bleak.
I like this. Amazing rhyme there.
But if their motives are strong, they'll be there long.
This is amazing. I didn't realise we were going to get all this as well. And now Dave told Shabby that he's actually experienced a similar situation before. Do you know about this?
I think I might have caught rumor of it.
OK, let's have a little look at what Dave had to say before.
I know what it is to be in intense situations. Right in the middle of Yemen, Al-Qaeda country, all their training camps there, Osama bin Laden's from there, civil war going on just north of where we're at. I mean, totally lawless. And we've been there in a car, all European guys. I mean, like, obviously Christians, they hate us, and we're there. I know what it's like to be in intense situations, but I haven't experienced anything like this.
He hasn't ever experienced anything like this, in spite of the fact he's been to the Yemen. What do you make of that? Dave's talking nonsense, don't you?
Yeah, man. If he didn't get shot at or at least chased by some wild dogs or something, he's all pro'd up.
OK.
I give him points for trying, though, but rocking a Casbah ain't it.
It's not happening. Have you got a little rhyme for this one, Mike, as well? No? Doesn't have a rhyme for this one. Now, one housemate that seems to be doing very well in there is our ex-serviceman, Steve. Are you impressed with him?
Yes, I am.
Shall we have a little look at Steve in the house, guys? Yes.
Steve, I don't know what it is about you. Whenever I'm around you, I feel really secure.
I don't know whether I'm a bit too Sergeant Major-like.
Careful, sis.
Just be careful. Careful.
Just be careful what you say and where you say it, man. God, he's an example to us all.
He's an example to us all. You're absolutely right, Ben. How much of that do you think is down to his military background?
Well, I'd say it's a three-part dealio. A part is his core person, and a part is the training, but the biggest part is his experience. He's faced death, so he has less fear and more calm.
You know what? I see something about Steve. I've not seen him really getting too involved in all the nonsense in the house. He seems to be just sitting back. Do you think, when you've seen stuff that guys like you have seen, Mike, do you feel you have a kind of a different perspective on getting involved in the trivialities of life?
Yeah, when somebody's trying to shoot you in your face, everything becomes real clear. Everything else after that's easy.
I didn't realise we was going to get this serious, guys. I'd like to apologise also if Michael's mic wasn't working earlier on. I think we've sorted that out now. Now, Big Brother's got his own renegade lieutenant in the house. The Tree of Temptation's back, everybody. What should somebody be doing when they're facing a secret task from the Tree of Temptation?
Well, bottom line is, if you got to be a spy, you got to live the lie. So they got to remember the CIA mantra, okay, which is admit nothing, deny everything, and make counter-accusations.
Really? Okay, so just start spinning it back on them.
That's it.
Right, okay, that's what they've got to be doing. So just slightly more aggressive, I suppose, but, you know, or you know, kind of confrontational a little bit, maybe.
Well, whatever you think.
Come back at them, right, okay. Now, after nominations are revealed, obviously, housemates, they all start talking to each other, saying, oh, you know, do you think that they nominated me? Do you nominate that? Da, 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 da. We've got a little clip now of everybody talking about who they reckon Ben might have nominated. Let's have a look at it.
I think I know who he nominated last week.
Well, I think it was Nathan.
No, it wasn't.
Well, that's the
He
example
basically
he gave
told me in the bath the other day who he nominated.
Oh, well, then that's why I didn't get in trouble then.
But he told me in a very...
Oh, I know.
Do you remember when he talked about Sky?
Yeah.
That was like the worst code ever.
Sky.
Yeah.
Really? But they're really good friends.
Yeah.
He spoke to me in code.
And you don't want
to
to confirm it. I was going to say, because it could make it a hell of a lot easier for me next week.
Oh, yeah?
Who did you get the feeling that he was talking about?
I got the feeling that he was talking about Sunshine.
Mike, tell me, what kind of techniques you're going to employ to find out if someone's actually nominated you?
Yeah, they got to employ some misinformation detection operation, see? So what they got to do is they got to ask them lots of questions. They got to change up the format of the questions. Then they got to challenge their answers with more rapid-fire questions and get to the bottom of it.
Wow, that's going to be super intense. You imagine that if you're on the back end of Mike Hawk Down just coming at you, trying to find out if you've put him up. Now, I understand also that you think Big Brother's been going a little soft this year, right?
Yes, I do indeed. And as a matter of fact, if I had my way, I'd like to give him a challenge.
Really?
Yes, I would.
You know what? Let's have a little look at this first. We'll come back. We'll talk about your challenge after this.
They were given a task to blow one of these crazy soccer horns for 90 minutes. How about a dozen of them for a couple of hours? A task like this is child's play. I want a real machine, not a kid's toy. $199, $200. Those tasks ain't cutting it cheap.
Mike's not happy with the task, Mike. I believe you've got one up your sleeve for him, right?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, what I'd like them to do is actually mentally defend against a psychological attack while experiencing deep physical pain.
What kind of thing, Mike?
In other words,
the police are coming to arrest Mike now because he's such a crank. What do you want to do to him?
What I'd like them to do is submerge their arms elbow deep in a bucket of ice water for as long as they can while undergoing grueling interrogation.
What a lovely man. Let's send him out. All right, well, listen, we're gonna have a word with Big Brother, see if we can get Mike's task into that. So now, everybody, Michael, Hawk Down, everybody. So to come, we're going to be chatting to music maestro Martin Kemp, everybody.
Where's Martin Kemp?
Huh?
Where is Martin Kemp, George?
Martin Kemp's over there. There's Martin Kemp. What's up with you? Anyway, we're going to be recording the official You versus the Housemates attempt. Time now, though, to recap those all-important numbers. We'll see you in 4. To evict Ben, call 090 11 323 001. To evict Dave, call 090 11 323 004. To evict Jovan, call 090 11 323 005. To evict Mario, call 090 11 323 009. Calls cost 50p from a BT landline. Other networks may be higher and mobiles will cost considerably more. 15 pence from each call will be donated to charity. Voting closes in Friday's show.
Welcome back to Little Brother. It's just about 6:15 now. In just a few moments, we'll be recording the official Pies in Your Flies attempt, which will be played to the housemates on Saturday. Plus, we are going to be talking to award-winning villain and housewife favourite, Martin Kemp.
Thank you.
But before all of that, it's George with the news.
So after a day of doing everything back to front, at 9:06 p.m, housemates were gathered for the results of the shopping task. Here is how it panned out.
Today, housemates have successfully completed today's backwards day shopping task and earned themselves a £500 premium shopping budget. However, yesterday, Shabby and Jovan had a conversation at 2:12 p.m. where they spoke in code. Today, at 4:42 p.m, John James, Shabby, Iffy and Kiva had a conversation where they continually discuss nominations. As a result of these rule breaks, housemates have no longer won the £500 premium shopping budget.
Ooh. Anybody know a good recipe for chickpeas? Now, breaking news from this afternoon, Shabby has already cried because she can't handle the lack of coffee, everybody, poor little thing. And nearly an hour after the realisation that Ben had nominated her in week 1, Sunshine confronted him about his actions.
I just trusted you. And you don't seem to care. Do you even care at all?
I do care. I think, first of all, anyway, I mean, I don't understand why John is giving me such a hard time over something that's between you and I.
So you don't care. You don't care.
I do care. I do care that I've upset you.
No, you care that you upset me. You don't care that you broke my trust.
I care that I upset you. I care that within the first few days, maybe what you assumed was a friendship, I thought was still a friend. Anyway, fine.
Okay, I was wrong.
No,
I thought you cared for me.
I did care for you. I care for you now.
Gareth Southgate fuming there, isn't he? Ben just can't get it right, though, poor boy. Now, finally, just after 10 p.m, Ben was called to the dining room for a bit of a dressing down by Big Brother.
Ben, as you have broken the rules by repeatedly discussing nominations, housemates will no longer have hot water until further notice.
Joe, and better get used to it, as Big Brother hasn't specified when the hot water's coming back on. Shame. That's it for now, but head on to the website channel4.com/Big Brother for all the latest breaking news.
Now, not only does our next guest have a ticket to the world, but as 1/5 of the legendary Spandau Ballet, he's sold over 25 million records and a staggering 6 multi-platinum album. He's here to discuss the perks and pitfalls of a life lived in the spotlight. Please put your hands together for the fabulous Mr. Martin Kemp.
Thank you. Nice introduction.
Thanks. They liked it for rehearsals as well, so
I
was
like the
hoping you
first
would
line,
like it.
cheesy, but
So
good.
we want to try and relate your life in the Big Brother house to
Sure.
the kind of life that you have lived.
Yeah, it does relate in a way. You know.
You've lived an amazing life.
Yeah, being locked up in there. Yeah, I can see the.
So you're on tour at the moment.
Well, we're just finishing. Tomorrow's our last day. We play Newmarket tomorrow, and that kind of brings the year that we've had together back with my mates to an end, which is really sad, you know. But everything has to come to an end. Everything only has a certain shelf life, and I think the Spandau have done it this time until we put it back together and come out next time.
So back in the day, is it hard to adjust to life on the road when you initially start?
No, not at all. No, you're completely spoilt when you're on the road, you know, because you are the thing. There's hundreds of people around you that rely on you to get up on stage every night. So you are treated and looked after in kid gloves.
Yeah.
Making sure everything's right. You know, you come out your house the first day of the tour, you give your suitcase to a tour manager, and the only time you ever see it is when it's opened in your hotel room.
So how do you think they should be feeling now? They've been in there for 2 weeks and they're starting to get cabin fever. Because I assume it might be a little bit like being on a tour bus.
It is, but you know, you have to spread your time with everyone, with everyone's different personalities. If you find yourself getting locked up in a little group, that's when you get cabin fever. You've got to kind of move around the house.
So your advice to them would be keep moving.
Yeah, keep moving.
Don't stick to one group.
Become friends with everyone.
Yeah.
And so you can, it's like on a tour bus, right? You have the back of the bus is usually dedicated to the heavy rock merchants who want to drink Jack Daniels and play Highway to Hell all night,
Were you with them?
I wasn't actually. And then the front of the bus is if you want to go and quietly read, and downstairs is where you put on Step Time Son and have a cup of coffee in front of the DVD.
Okay.
So it's kind of similar to that.
Right, so we've kind of got the Raggy Doll trio in the house, which we'll assume is like a band.
Yeah.
Now we have a member that wants to leave. We've got a little clip.
Kind of got a bit bored of our conversations. So I
Oh
wanted to
my
speak to
God.
someone else.
I'm getting bored of your singing, constant singing.
When I meant it in the nicest possible way.
There's no nice way. You know, I love the Raggy Dolls, I do, but there are other people that I've always wanted to speak to, and it's not because they've not wanted me to, but I've always felt a bit paranoid that people would think that I was somebody who jumped from group to group.
So if he wants to go it alone, is she going to succeed, do you think?
Absolutely, yeah. The other girls have got to let her go as well. It's no good, especially inside there, to kind of confine yourself to one small group.
Yeah.
You've got to spread out. You've got to enjoy everybody's personalities, the good bits and the bad bits.
She said that she doesn't like Shabby's tantrums.
Yeah.
So I suppose in a band you might have somebody with an ego.
Yeah,
so
but
how do you...
Well, you have to enjoy those tantrums, you have to enjoy people's egos.
Yeah.
If somebody has an ego like Shabby's, where she gets up and she kicks the table over, just enjoy the moment.
Like I did.
Because it's fun, If you step back from it and don't get too involved in their ego, then it's a lot of fun. It's worth watching.
OK, so another rock star cliche is believing your own hype. Is there anybody in the house that you think is too into themselves?
Yeah, Ben.
Really?
Ben is absolutely, because he's surrounded by yes men. He's surrounded by there's Mario and Dave who just, to be honest, stroke his bum.
Because,
they do. And
Dave's
they
a
just
funny
tell him
old one.
everything's right that he says. And so I think Ben is believing his own hype too much.
So who do you think might go tomorrow? I think it's kind of wide open.
But it's wide open, absolutely is, because we're only at the beginning, you know. And I think we're just starting to enjoy everybody's personality at the moment. I think it's a real shame with Big Brother sometimes, is that the people that you enjoy the most are the loudest or the most aggressive.
And we get rid of them far too early.
And we get rid of them first. And we leave the ones in that are the most boring, you know. But I'd like to see... my pet hate is John James.
Really?
I would get rid of him first. I think he needs anger management, right? And I think whenever he leaves a room, he's one of those people that I really detest, is when they leave a room, they leave a big black cloud over it.
Yeah.
And you can feel it.
Bit of doom and gloom.
Yeah, doom and gloom, and you can feel it half an hour later.
Well, who
and
knows?
I think he does
After his rows recently, maybe he'll be up next week.
Get rid of John Jones.
Everybody, Martin Kemp.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you very much. The time has finally come to record the official attempt of our Pies in Your Flies task that we set on Sunday's BBLB. Remember, this attempt will be played to the housemates, and if our viewer beats them, he wins not only all of our admiration, but also the housemates' prizes.
Indeed, he does. But should the housemates win, he gets nothing but a crotch full of pie.
Oh!
This week's winner is Elma from Ipswich. But before we get up close and personal with him, come on, let's take a look at his video.
Oh, they're cold.
Joining us now are you versus winner Elma and our independent adjudicator, Hello.
So, what was it about Elma's attempt that you liked so much?
Well, it's just really creative. You saw there, it was in a field,
Yeah.
had lots of props, it was beautiful. Amazing.
What was the logic behind the video, Elma? You are from Ipswich. You're a tractor boy, right?
Oh, yes.
Right, okay.
Tractor boy. Well, I wanted to film it in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And my mate Pip, who I work with, said, I know just the field.
Yeah.
So he said, let's get some props. Got to the field with the traffic code and the pie sign. Went somewhere secluded in the field, don't want to sound dodgy, and there was a shopping trolley there.
Yeah.
So I thought, we won't use a shopping trolley.
Serendipity, you say?
So, in your attempt, you managed to get 35 apple pies in your flies.
Yes.
I think we've got 60 here. How many do you reckon that you'll get in?
Oh, I was going to say more than 35, but they're stacked up, so that might be harder.
Okay. Yeah,
And don't forget, it's one at a time.
Yes.
Also, don't forget, don't try this at home. We've already got a winner, OK? Elma, I didn't know I was going to be saying this today. Can you unzip your flies, please? Thank you very much, OK? We're going to clear the area as this needs to be done in a controlled environment with no interference from outside. Are you ready, Elma?
Yes.
Can we get 30 seconds to cram the pies in your flies? Your time starts now. Come
on, Elma.
Amazing work by Elma. Isn't he doing well? Come on, Elma.
10 seconds left, I think.
Got 10 seconds, Elma. Come
7
on.
seconds.
Keep stuffing him in. I think he's gone well past his record.
2, 1.
Well done, that's it. Stop stuffing. Stop stuffing. How many do we think he's got? Martin Kemp was impressed with that. How many do you think he's got, guys? We don't know.
33, so just under. Elma, well done. Your official attempt will be played into the house on Saturday.
And that's it for today, everybody. Big thank you to all our guests. Do join us tomorrow for Eviction Friday, when we'll be joined by celebrity BB housemate Vanessa Feltz.
Make sure you catch the main show on Channel 4 tonight at 9 o'clock, and as always, channel4.com/Big Brother for all the latest.
Very quickly, there was one very important question from last night's show that we couldn't possibly leave hanging in the balance. Which is better, monkey or wolf? There's only one way to settle it. Fight! Fight! Fight!